introduce yourselves.
Cool. I'm Sana Amanat. I'm Director of Content Development at Marvel.
And of course, we have
Hello,
Jess.
I'm Jess Brohard. You guys have seen me all weekend. I'm the host of Marvel Gaming.
And I am Rainbow Rowell, and I am the writer for the new Runaways series, starting in September.
Welcome, Rainbow.
awesome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited about your series. So we just came from the Women of Marvel panel, which we are reacting to right now.
Live reaction right
Live
now.
reaction right now. It happened.
I am stunned.
No, the three of you, were you all on the panel?
We were all on the
yeah.
panel.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend, so
Yes, you had
I'll just react to what
we
you guys tell me
noticed,
now.
but-
Yeah.
So you announced a bunch of cool things off the top.
Yeah. So, we always like to kick off the panel by talking about all of the amazing titles that we have at Marvel, female-led titles. It's a very different time now than it was 10 years ago, so it's always cool to be like, hey, reminder, thanks guys for actually liking all of these heroes and buying our comics. So that was pretty cool. We talked about the Hulk Legacy storyline and Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel as well. And there's so many books we can go through everything.
And who all joined us?
Oh, right. So we had Mariko Tamaki, who is currently writing Hulk. We've got the amazing Rainbow, her first Women of Marvel appearance with us, who's writing Runaways, who's also an amazingly talented young adult author.
Thank you.
Thank you for, writing for us. We
I'm happy
appreciate
to,
it. Greatly appreciated. We had Alana Smith, who is an assistant editor. We had yourself,
Me.
the face of Marvel,
Who continues to be me.
who continues to be Lorraine Singh.
And of course, my producer, Judy Stevens.
Yes.
Heaven love her for controlling my life and running it.
Yeah, and we had Christina Strain, who writes Generation X for us right now. She was a former colorist on Runaways.
Yeah.
So full circle.
And Margaret Stoll.
And Margaret
And Margie
Stoll.
Stoll, who was
Yeah.
just up here talking to us about Captain Marvel.
Cool.
Yeah. Full
Yeah.
cast of people up there. It's been pretty awesome that we have so many people.
Yeah.
We have to turn people away from the panels.
I know, it's always a crazy
So those were not
huge-
all the women who work at Marvel.
Yeah, it's not
No.
all the women. It's
No.
just a smidgen.
No.
Just a
It's
smidgen.
a sliver.
a small
So-
bit. And a lot of them are working right now.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we talk about Runaways?
I would love to.
I'm obsessed
Yes.
with Runaways. I've talked to Rainbow several times now, and I'm a super Runaways fangirl, hardcore, and I know you are too.
I am, yeah.
Can
The
you
real
talk-
pleasure about this is like finally having people to talk to about Runaways. You know?
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have to say, the cover, we see Gertrude York's, one of my all-time favorite Marvel characters who
Mine
does
too.
not get enough play because of reasons.
Yes, we see her specter over the remaining Runaways. The challenge of writing Runaways is that many of them are dead.
Yes.
So I would say that was my greatest challenge writing the book. So we really, this first 6 issues that Chris Enka and I are working on, it's all about getting the band back together. It's all about, like, they have been really scattered to the 4 winds of the Marvel Universe. And it's about bringing them back together and tapping into that deep, wonderful history that Brian K. Vaughan and Adrian Alfona created for them. So Gert is dead. However, she is on the cover of the first issue, right?
And I believe we've debuted the cover for the second issue.
Oh my God, the
at
cover
Women
for
of
the second
Marvel.
issue.
It is. Okay, so we all know Chase is a dream.
We all know Gert and Jace, that is like OTP territory.
Oh,
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
And that cover, it has 2 chases.
And they've never been on a cover before. Together.
Yeah.
They've never, I don't think.
did
Chris and
not
I went
realize
all the way
that.
through. Yeah. They were the big romance and they were not on a cover together.
Wow,
And
I
it
didn't
is
know that.
such
Yeah.
a romantic cover.
I could be wrong.
You guys tweet us if we're wrong.
Please tweet me personally.
Hashtag Marvel SDCC.
Oh,
Yeah.
they will.
Call
They
me
will.
up. But, right. Go ahead. Talk more about the cover. It's so
Okay.
great.
So you're like, tell me more about the greatness.
Yeah.
Tell me more about how awesome I am.
But we see these 2 chases. It has like a very
It's like an
wonderful,
older Chase and a
like,
younger Chase.
Yeah, older Chase, younger Chase, and it's like a real homage to sort of Harlequin romance.
Romance covers.
All right, so I can assume we're going to have some good romantic themes. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I write love stories. And that's not all that I
Yeah.
write, but everything I write has a love story because I think every great story has a love story. Like, often we see love stories really like people are sort of embarrassed by the love story, you know,
Right.
but what story, what real human story doesn't contain love?
Yeah, if you're writing about, if you want to humanize your characters,
Yeah.
well, guess what? Humans fall in love. We have romantic urges.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, your characters
Not
should
all
as well.
of us, but many.
Many of us. It's a very human trait to have.
So to me, it's like there's so many great. It also, I'm not making it a romantic book. Brian K. Vaughan wrote a very hook-uppy book. Everybody hooked up on the Runaways.
Oh.
It's not even the Runaways.
Like in the first like 2 issues.
Oh, yeah.
Like
people
Nico
just
was
making out.
kissing Chase. And then
Nico's kissed everybody.
Yeah.
that's true. Nico
I'm not
has
slamming
literally
her. That is a
kissed everyone.
statement.
Making out is a lot of fun, you know.
Yes. And girls
I
just
get
want to
it.
have fun.
Girls just want to have fun. It's
And it
fun.
is very high school.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They're of that age where it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
But when we were all that age once, so I feel like that's
some of
very
us
relatable.
Still
further
act
away
it.
than others.
Oh no.
You guys went in 2 different directions there.
Some of us didn't go to high school. What I love about Runaways is they mess up a lot. Because I think sometimes you see teen characters and they're very aspirational. You know, like, we're super teens.
Yeah.
They're screwed up a lot.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
make real mistakes and they have hard lives. And I really just love writing them because I love writing these sort of vulnerable characters who, make mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. And they're in LA, which is appropriate.
Yeah, they
since we're in
are.
California. Are you like cataloging things?
You know,
for
I'm not
later?
going to lie. I came to LA specifically to do Runaways research and took tons of photos because Los Angeles looks nothing like the rest of the country. It's a different vibe. The plants are different. The houses are different. And then Chris Anka, the artist who ended up on the book, is an LA boy. So he doesn't need any of my photos.
Yeah.
He's got it. And he's so excited to write LA characters.
Oh, I bet.
And we should give a shout out to the Runaways show coming out
on Hulu.
I forgot about that.
Hulu.
Sorry.
It's Hulu.
Sorry, the other one. We got a lot of
Marvel
shows.
Runaways coming to Hulu.
My
we
bad.
do have some other great things
And
coming.
when is that coming?
We don't have a date
Oh,
yet.
okay,
but
okay.
it's coming pretty
Forthcoming.
soon.
Soon.
Later.
Yeah,
Okay.
later.
After this, but always.
Yeah.
I'll be patient.
So, what were some of your guys' favorite moments just from the panel today, do you think?
Well, I kicked it off today
Yes, you
talking
did.
about our beloved Flo Steinberg, who passed away yesterday, last night, and she's been sick for a while. But Flo, for anybody out there who does not know who Flo Steinberg is, she was Stan's gal Friday, right? She was his
Fabulous
assistant.
Flo.
Fabulous Flo. She really made the ship run and is such a big part of Marvel and the history of Marvel. And she was still working in the offices.
In her headphones.
Yeah, in her headphones. Like as of like a few weeks ago, she was in the offices. So she was a tough one, and we all really missed her. And we dedicated the panel to her because really, Women of Marvel would not exist without fabulous Flo Steinberg. So we're
And she would never do the panel.
and she would never.
Ever in a million years, you could not force her.
We tried to get her on a podcast and it
So
didn't
many
work.
times.
But now we actually there's an interview in Girl Comics with Flo Steinberg about the history and some really, really awesome pictures. So if you guys have Marvel Unlimited or anything, check out Girl Comics because there's an awesome interview. Probably one of the few interviews ever done with Flo Steinberg. So it was an honor. I got to do it. So it's been great. So much love to Flo, and we're gonna
gotta
miss you
find
and remember you. Yeah. We should
really
post it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the panel, especially as a new person, was hearing you, Sana, talk about how much has changed in a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah, that is crazy. Oh, good. Because I feel like I say that a lot, but I just want to remind people how much we've actually accomplished in a short amount of time. It's awesome.
Can you talk more about those changes that you're talking about and how much, I assume better it is now?
I mean, when I started working in comics, we had one female-led title, and then that got canceled pretty quickly after I got there. So we had 0, and they're mostly like white male leads. And now we're at a place where it's the most, I think, it's the most inclusive world in terms of having different kinds of characters and a lot more female-led titles. And we can honestly say that Marvel is a place for every kind of fan. There's a character for every kind of fan. There's a story for every kind of fan. And that's pretty amazing.
And now we're getting, Captain Marvel is getting her own movie, which I believe is the first female-led Marvel movie. So that's going to be huge in 2019.
Captain Marvel in this iteration of Captain Marvel is pretty awesome. Like that's something that we launched only about 5-6 years ago.
And it's crazy to me. I mean, I've been with Marvel for about 5 years, and even in that time, it's like we have a solo book led by a queer Latina woman. And that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, America
Chavez.
America Chavez,
just a badass character.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful book.
Such a good book, yeah.
I mean, and that I just think that shows so much growth from like zero any woman title.
And all of them, all the characters look different. Like America, like she's a full-figured, strong woman. Like I love that. We're continuing to do that, and we're going to tell more stories like that.
That's not even something we really talked about on the panel, but something I love that I think has grown so much. You guys might hear Michael Rooker is about to do a signing. He is very lively, and there's some music bumping, so stick with us. We'll be partying. But something that we didn't even really necessarily talk about is so many of our designs, like Chris Anka in particular.
Yeah, he's rocking it.
I mean, I love the way, we've talked about this before, but I love the way Gert looks. Like, she is a curvy girl.
She's a chubby girl.
And bodies are diverse. There's not one kind of body. There's not one look. That's not how all bodies should look.
Right.
And I like that the design has really changed.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the girls are into different stuff too. You know, they're not like the same sort of stock character. They're bringing in like a real personality to the books.
Mm-hmm. And such great female friendships too. We were talking with Margaret Stoll a little bit earlier about like Captain Marvel and Jessica Drew having like the best Bechdel test friendly friendship. You know, where they're in it together, and I love that.
Yeah.
We're just about to wrap up, but where can people find you online to find out more about Runaways and Miss Marvel and everything that you do?
You go first. Oh, no, I'll go first. You can find me online at, I'm on Twitter mostly, Rainbow Rowell. It's just my name, Rowell on Twitter. And that's where I talk a lot about a lot of things.
And that's just such a fantastic name. I know I said that before, but I can't get over Rainbow. That's amazing.
And people used to tell me I had a superhero name because it's like RR and also goofy.
Yeah, but it suits you. Rainbow.
Thank you.
It suits you.
So you can find me at MinnieB622, obviously. If you guys were wondering.
Very
easy.
Close to your name.
Very, very close to my name. It's based on an old nickname, actually a current nickname that I have. And of course, at the Women of Marvel panels, podcasts, everywhere there's Marvel, I'm usually peeking my head up.
Every other Friday, too, you can listen to the Women of Marvel podcast, which you guys should do. And you should stay here on Marvel Live. We are going to have more interviews from Hall H with the talent from the Marvel movies, so stay here.
All I'm hearing is that there's a